Alright, I wanted to share with everyone my bulletin board setup. This is the Commodore4ever bulletin board system. As you can see, it's running on a 128D. I did not do this to it. This was done when I got it, but somebody put the Jiffy DOS switch right here in front, which is terrible. But anyway, it's in there, so I didn't want to remove it. I got a 1702 monitor. Why? Because I like 1702 monitors, and this thing always runs in 64 mode since it's running the bulletin board program. That's all this does. If you look up here, I have my hard drives that run the bulletin board. This is the main one. The power cord was loose. Okay, this is the main one. This one has all the programs on it that run it, that boot up the bulletin board. Keeps all the files, keeps all the message boards, and keeps everything. Okay, this one is my backup system. I copy the main one to this backup, partition for partition. I mean, it's a straight up copy. The FD4000, I don't have it turned on at the moment, but I use this to back up my password file. Why do I have two backups? Just in case, because the password file, it holds a lot of information, important information, not just your password, not just your user account, but it keeps up with all the information about what was done that day and so on and so forth. So I don't want to lose that. So I keep two copies of it, one on my backup hard drive and then one to a floppy. Okay. Now this is not just a straight up 128D system. I'm running it with a super CPU in turbo mode and RAM link. Now the RAM link normally stores all the main files and I run them from here, but I've been having some issues with it lately, so I don't have the files on there right now. They're running from the hard drive. But the reason I have it still plugged in is because I use the parallel cable running from the RAM link to the CMD hard drive. That gives me a lot faster drive access, because this is running Color 64, an older version, 7.37. Modified it quite a bit, but this version can only run at 2400 baud. Now that's excruciatingly painfully slow without the super CPU and the RAM link and the parallel cable and using these hard drives. It's definitely way faster than a normal 2400 baud setup. Now, how do I have it hooked up? I've got it hooked up with a RS-232 device. It's right back in the back there. It's actually a clone, a modern clone of this. This is an original. And I still use this sometimes, but I'm using the more modern one. Well, anyway, I have it hooked up with a null modem cable, and if you walk around this way, I've got it hooked up to my PC on this side, and the PC's running BBS server. And this is it right here, and this is pretending or emulating my modem. So all the modem functions are done emulated here on the PC. You can do this with a Wi-Fi modem and eliminate the PC, eliminate the cable and all that, but in my experience the Wi-Fi modems are just not as stable. You get issues. I've got issues with the Wi-Fi modems where they don't hang up correctly, and your system will hang up, and then you can't. It just locks up. You have to get it undone, or turn it off, reset everything. And when you're running a bulletin board, that's a pain in the butt. But anyway, that's the basic setup of what all we got running. And this is the wait for call screen, they call it. Just gives you your information. I've modified this. It's not the standard color 64. This tells me how much free memory I have left. I can change this to be, me being here or not here. Uploads, downloads, how many messages I've gotten so far today, how many new members, and how many calls we've received so far today. Usually mornings are slow. Afternoons, evenings, night, that's when we get all the calls. I get about 20 calls a day, which is not bad, but it's definitely not as good as it used to be back in the day. But anyway, this is it. I don't know if a lot of you haven't been on here, but you should give it a try. The address is on my Facebook page. If you want to know it, you can message me, but it's on my main Facebook page at the top. The picture's got it written in there. I actually run 2 bulletin boards, but this is the main one that I'm running right now. But anyway, that's it. I'll show you some more about how the program runs, things like that later on.